The final battle summit starts tonight. Now, this is the final. We had 5 this month. This is the final one before the Hoonigan update next week, which if you saw any of the stuff they posted today, you can see the Hoonatron shooting up in the back. It was like a 3-second clip. Tease that we're getting a little island, getting a bunch of new cars as well. I'm pretty excited for it. So, I mean, the rewards really, I already got the Vanquish. It's a cheap car. The Hunt Underglow, I guess, is cool. And besides that, I mean, they need to give sets instead of just one performance part. But yeah, 100,000 XP ain't shit. So, but look, we got a lot of options here, okay? Now, of course, I always just give pro settings. I don't show all the cuts. I hate cuts. I know it's a part of the game. I just think it's stupid when people fly through checkpoints and reset just to get 0.2 seconds faster. Just drive, you know, just drive. I don't, whatever. If you want to be that much of a tryhard, go for it. So I usually don't show unless they're like really hard tracks. I just give you guys the pro settings and then you can go from there. This one though, I'm 583rd and I did everything once. Haven't touched it. I didn't do the cuts on a lot of these. I just drove it normally. So it is possible. No nitrochemist, none of that. But look, we have Street Tier 2 Europe. Okay, we have 3. You can choose anything. There's a lot to choose from. CCGT, I'm gonna give it to you. I haven't released it yet. C8 Aileron, that's been on the channel. It's you're not gonna be able to use the all-in edition. You're just gonna be able to use the regular C8, and then you can use a random racing Europe. So I'm gonna give you the CCGT, the C8 real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you. I have a lot of tunes up on the channel. So if there's one you want to use, go to my playlist. You can easily find them. Everything's labeled, all right? But I'm going to tell you probably my top 3 that I would use for Street Tier 2 and racing and just show quick pro settings, all right? So let's get into the Koenigsegg CCGT first. It understeers a little bit, all right? But it's very fast and it's very grippy. It's not... I guess the easiest way to describe it is just saying it understeers a little bit compared to like, say, like the 458. It's such a good car. I really like this thing. Ladurgan's been telling me about it for weeks now. I finally got around to it. But anyway, we're going to do the pro settings on this, all right? Because you need it. 40% brake balance gets to 14.2, which is just insane. -18 on the load for the rear. It's just so grippy. We wanted to turn in more, so that's why we did that. Suspension, springs front, -7. This is one of those weird ones that going softer in the front made it turn in better. So there you go. -7, soft on the spring front, +4 stiff rear, damper compression front, 14% stiff, rear -6 soft, damper rebound front, 19% stiff, rear 16% stiff. Roll bars, 10% stiff up front, 8% stiff in the rear. Camber up front, -25, rear -20. CCGT out of the way. This thing is it's all right. Not like a huge fan of it. All right, so the C8 Aileron, all right, 55% springs front, 8% stiff, rear -8 soft, damper compression front, 9% stiff, rear -8 soft, damper rebound front, 15% stiff, rear 4% stiff. Roll bars, 9% stiff up front, -5 soft on the rear. Camber, -25 up front with a -20 in the rear. Forgot to move my face. You'll be okay. This tune is already up on the channel if you want to go find it. All right. I did just change the brake balance because I didn't know that it increased back in the day. So you have that. Now there is an all-in edition, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to use it. Okay. So now the easiest way to do this is we'll go to Street Tier 2 and we need Europe, which is literally everything but Japan and USA. I Googled it to make sure because I can't actually see yet. So yeah, we have a lot to pick from. So let's go to the top of the list here. As you can see, there's a lot you can use. Okay, there's a ton of really good cars. It's gonna be it's gonna come down to, I mean, honestly, I just tuned this V8 Vantage S. I know the Zagato came out today. It's fast. I almost feel like this was a little bit quicker. This was also good. Like Any three of these would be good. I'd probably go with this middle one though. TT's not bad. Bentleys aren't bad. Honestly, if you're going to use a BMW, I'll go with the M8. Have a tune up for that. It's just a monster. Testarossa is not out yet. I'm not going to release it for this. It's good, but I think there's better options. F12's good. F40's good. Those tunes are up. Okay. Jag, I wouldn't use the Jag. Lamborghini, Countach is up. Could be good. Diablo GT's good. Gallardo's good. Huracan's good. Most people are probably going to use the Huracan, honestly. Okay. Evora, that's up on the channel. Last Summit, I would honestly use this or the Huracan. I wouldn't use any of those. Porsche, obviously everybody's going to use the 993. And that's all I would use. All right. And there's so many options. All right. So I will give you, I mean, if you've been following the channel, you should have all those tunes. All right. But we'll go ahead and give the Huracan real quick in case you don't have it, in case you're new to the channel. All right. Huracan Pro settings. Power distribution 40%. Brake balance 50%. Actually, can we make this better? 18.9. No, we're going to leave that. We're going to leave that where it was, 50%. -5 on the front load. Suspension 9% stiff on the springs up front. -5 soft on the rear. Damper compression front 4% stiff. Rear -7 soft. Damper rebound front 6% stiff. Rear 5% stiff. Roll bars 9% stiff up front. -4 soft on the rear. Camber -25 up front. -20 in the rear. Like I said, I have tunes for pretty much all of these now. And then I would also use this. This could be a good option. I feel like the Huracan and the 993 is going to take it though. So we're gonna show the 993. If you want the Evora, it was on last week's Summit video. Okay, so look, the 993 and the Huracan are most likely gonna dominate. Okay, can't go wrong with these. Brake balance 50%. Springs up front 10% stiff, rear 7% stiff. Damper compression front 13% stiff, rear 10% stiff. Damper rebound front 19% stiff, rear 16% stiff. Roll bars 10% stiff up front, 3% stiff in the rear. Camber -25 up front with a -15 in the rear. Yes. Okay. Now here's the let me show you what we got going on here. So again, racing and Europe. Go to the top of the list here. Vulcan's not bad. If you want to use it, we got a tune. We've got a tune for this. We got a tune for that. I don't think, might have released one of these so far. Obviously, this bad boy right here is going to be the go-to. Same with the 458 Italia GT2. Okay, all these tunes are on the channel. You could try using this. I definitely think the 458 is this or the Bolide are going to take it. This could be a good option. The Expo GT2. I love this thing. Super Trofeo, the Gallardo, the Mercy could be good. And the C63, if you saw it last week, really solid, really grippy. This could be a competitor. And I've heard this Mini is good. I just don't have it. And I wouldn't really go with any of the Porsches. This Renault's decent, but yeah. So we got, I would say, 3 options here, okay? Gallardo, Super Trofeo. I would put this at a close 4th, okay? 458 GT2 and the Bolide. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna zip through them. Where is it? The Bolide. Okay, because this one's pretty far back there. It's still a solid tune. This thing is so understeery stock. Power distribution 40%. Brake balance 50. Actually 15.9. Okay, 50% it is. Load on the rear -20. Suspension springs -13 soft up front, rear 7% stiff. Damper compression -8 soft, rear 10% stiff. Damper rebound front -4 soft, rear 16% stiff. Roll bars 9% stiff up front, 3% stiff in the rear. Camber up front -25, rear -12. Right. Ferrari 458 GT2. This is a monster. is what we got for this, okay? 40% to the rear, 13.6 braking. It's just stupid. Suspension, springs up front, 7% stiff, rear, -4 soft. Damper compression front, 11% stiff, rear, -7 soft. Damper rebound front, 16% stiff, rear, 8% stiff. Roll bars, 10% stiff up front, 4% stiff in the rear. And finally, camber, -25 up front with a -17 in the rear. And just because, we'll throw in the Super Trofeo. If you want to go grab this, it's on the channel. All right, all these are on the channel if you want to go see how they drive. Super Trofeo. All right, power distribution, 45%. Brake balance, 50%. Let's see if we can do that better. Ooh. All right, 50% it is. Springs up front, 7% stiff, rear, 3% stiff. Damper compression front, 15% stiff, rear, -3 soft. Damper rebound, 20% stiff up front, 8% stiff in the rear. Roll bars, 9 stiff up front, 6 stiff in the rear. Camber, -25 up front, -15 in the rear. Now, like I said, there's a lot of options for this one. Pick your poison. I gave you my picks, pretty much the meta cars that are going to destroy. Go from there. But like I said, I don't know the tracks yet. I don't know exactly what's going to go on. But those cars are going to destroy any track. I'm not sure about these, you know, the drill, speed trap. There's not much you can do about that. Slalom, get score breaker, escape, nitro chemist, good to go. Yeah, I mean, there's probably not going to be a lot of people really try-harding this one, to be honest, just because, I mean, the best reward is Underglow. I mean, we get the car this week, and it's not really that great of a car. So hopefully Hoonigan brings us some cool stuff. Season 2, we get some better summits, new races, rewards that aren't recycled. Yeah, anyway, boys, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back, check out our tunes. We got 2 to 3 a day releasing. We got a lot. We got over 200 cars tuned up on the channel. Kind of crazy. As soon as Hoonigan drops, we're going to be tuning up the Hoonicorn, Hoonitron, all whatever they throw at us. We're going to be getting into it. So you know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.